Good evening. We are from our institute again to make a very short lecture on a specific topics from the pharmaceutics in diploma in pharmacy. So today's subject is pharmaceutics. The topics is filtration. Already it's now 10 p.m. and we are from all our cutthroat business and we are just going to return. But before returning to the bed, I am just discussing the topics of the filtration. This topics is very important for the upcoming Dpharm Part 1 examination from the subject pharmaceutics. I must give thanks to all my viewers, to all my students. I am requesting all my students to get the proper knowledge, not only by mugging but also by understanding. Those who are interested to take admission into the pharmacy and just to take a very good lesson, very deep understanding in all the topics, you can join into our institute and you can call 6291086211 for for effective Dpharmacy admission. In the session of 2023-24, we are going to provide you the proper guidance, the proper lesson, all the videos as the standby mode. So please come and join. Call this number for proper guidance into Dpharmacy admission in the session 2023-24. So today's basically lecture on the filtration. Now first I will discuss very briefly what is the importance of the filtration. Actually filtration, what is filtration? Filtration means separation. So during drug preparation, normally we have to separate some particles from others. We have to separate some unwanted from the wanted. We have to separate some finer particles from the coarse one. We have to separate from the pure substances. We have to separate the pure substances from the impurities. So separation means separate wanted substances from the unwanted substances, separate the pure substances from the impure, separate finer substances from the coarse. So this process of separation is called filtration. So what is filtration? Filtration means separation. So which to separate? To be separated? Now I have to separate some wanted substances from the unwanted, some pure substances from the impure substances, some finer substances from the coarse substances. To maintain the quality, you have to separate, because whenever you are preparing the drug, whenever the process of drug preparation is going on, knowingly or unknowingly, some impurities can be mixed inadvertently. So that's why you have to separate. So filtration is that process of separation. Now, the most important topics of the filtration is the factors of filtration. So what are the most important factors upon which filtration process is mainly depending? So filtration process depends upon lots of factors. The most important factor is the area of filter surface. Suppose this is the filter surface. So if I increase the diameter of the filter surface, that means suppose I am increasing the diameter of the filter surface. So that means I am increasing the area of the filter surface. So when I am increasing the area of the filter surface, normally the more filtration process, the rate of the filtration will be increased. So area, if it is increased, the rate of filtration will be increased. If area is decreased, the rate of the filtration will be decreased. Perhaps you have seen any ship, and through this ship we normally filtrate something in our household daily activities. So if you increase the area or diameter of the ship, normally the rate of the filtration will be increased. So diameter of filter paper or filter directly proportional to the rate of filtration. If diameter is increased, rate of filtration will be increased. If diameter is decreased, rate of filtration is decreased. So area of the filter surface must be an important factor of filtration. Now, particle size. Suppose this is the filter and there are the hole, these are the pores of filter. So this pore has a particular diameter. Any substance which is bigger in diameter than that of the pore, this substance cannot be allowed through this filter, because this filter cannot filtrate this substance, because the diameter of the substance is more than that of the diameter of the pore. And if the substance diameter is less than the porous diameter, than the diameter of the pore of the filter, the substance can easily be filtered. So always remember, if the particle size or diameter of the particle is greater than the diameter of the pore of the filter, the filtration rate will be decreased, and vice versa. That means if diameter of the particle size is lesser than the diameter of the pore of the filter, then the filtration rate will be increased. So particle size is also an important factor. Viscosity. What is viscosity? Means stickiness. Suppose this is the filter. There are the pores of the filter. Now I am trying to filter some substances through this membrane. If the viscosity of this substance is more, the rate of the filtration will be less. So if the viscosity is more, the rate of the filtration will be less. That's why viscosity is indirectly proportional to the rate of filtration, because viscosity is indirectly proportional to the fluidity. The more viscous is the substance, the less fluid is that substance. So always remember, viscosity is indirectly proportional to the fluidity, and if there be no fluidity, we cannot filter. If there be more fluidity, we can filter. So that's why viscosity also is an important factor of filtration. Suppose honey and water. Honey is more viscous. So less fluid. Water is less viscous, so more fluid. So that's why water can be filtered quickly, but honey cannot be filtered quickly. So rate of the filtration will be higher in case of the water, and rate of the filtration will be lower in case of the honey, because the stickiness of the honey is more. The surface tension of the honey is more. So that's why more viscous, less the rate of the filtration, less viscous, more the rate of the filtration, always indirectly proportional. So viscosity is an important factor for filtration. Temperature. You know, all the matter in our universe are made up of molecules or atom, and they are connected with some bond or force between them. Those are called intermolecular force or interatomic force or bonding. When I am giving the temperature to this matter, all the molecules will be vibrating. They are gaining more kinetic energy from this thermal energy. So they will be trying to loosen themselves from this bonding. So they will be running apart. That means when the temperature of any matter is increased, they will be more fluid. So when there will be more fluid, normally the filtration rate will be higher. So temperature will also directly proportional to the rate of filtration, because more temperature, more fluid, more kinetic energy, more rate of filtration. Pressure difference. Pressure. Suppose this is the filter. I am trying to separate some substance through this filter. This is the source, this is the destination. If the pressure of the source and the pressure in the destination is more different or largely different, then the filtration rate will be higher. Like osmotic pressure will be more created here. When the pressure difference, that means Sp greater than Dp, then osmotic pressure will be more here. So when osmotic pressure will be more here, the filtration rate will be higher. So that's why larger pressure difference from the source to the collector, the rate of the filtration will be higher. Lesser pressure difference, lesser osmotic pressure, then the rate of filtration will be lower. So these are the major factors of the filtration. I repeat, the area of the filter surface, the particle size of the substance, the viscosity of the substance, the temperature we are providing that time to the substances, the pressure difference between the source and collection or destination. If there is wide pressure difference, the rate of the filtration will be higher. If there is narrow pressure difference, the rate of the filtration will be lower. So filtration factors is most important, because you have to control this factor for the desired rate of filtration. If you could not control these factors, or if you could not check these factors, then the rate of the filtration will be hampered. I hope you have understood the filtration factors. Today, up to this, it's almost going to be midnight. Thank you for watching. Before parting, I am requesting all my students, if you want to join Diploma in Pharmacy in 2022-23 for effective admission guidance, effective learning guidance, effective progress in your Diploma in Pharmacy career, you must contact 62910-86211. We normally give the proper guidance for the admission into PCI recognized college at a very cheapest rate comparatively, and we always give the proper concept of every topics in Diploma in Pharmacy curriculum, both in part 1 and part 2. Whenever a student misses their class, they normally can read from our YouTube. All the topics will be given in the YouTube. For better understanding, I will be giving the lecture both in English as well as Bengali medium. Remember, everything should be cleared in Bengali. Then you have to write down into English language. Until or unless you are not getting the proper clear concept into your mother tongue, it will be very difficult for the Bengali medium student to make the proper concept in the foreign language. So that's why I'll be trying my best to give you the proper knowledge in both medium. Okay, I hope up to this it's very clear to you all, and I'm parting now. Thank you very much. Please keep watching. Thank you. Good night.